Okay, from the in the multi-dimensional array. Okay. Yeah. The multi-dimensional array. A multi-dimensional array is an array with arrays. To create two-dimensional array, and each array within its own set of curly braces. Okay, this is the syntax you have you already know. This is the syntax that we have take a variable, integer variable. We are declaring two-dimensional array. So just because we are taking two arrays into arrays, so I need to give this third bracket open close two times. This first one for the rows and the second one for the column. Okay, hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
within that we are declaring the values of arrays. We are declaring the values within the curly braces once, but here we will declare the values within the curly braces. We need to again declare the values within the curly braces by separating the comma. 1 2 3 4, this is the rows number and this is the column values. So integer x equals to my numbers, that I am again another variable I have take, that is the integer type, and the name of the variable is x, and we are storing the array, that is that previously we have declared that my numbers. In the my numbers we are calling the index, so we are telling that the index number 1, in the index number 1 and the 2. Okay, in the index number 1, in the 2 we are calling the basically the column values. So what is the value of index number 2 and in the arrays in the column? Can anybody tell me?
7.
7, because 5 is stored. I have stored 5 in the 0
0.
number index, 6 in the number 1 index, and the 7 in the number 2 index. So we are basically calling the first row of the second index value, that is 7. We can also use a for loop. Okay, we will see that. Let's go to the example. Okay, that example that you haven't understand, right? Hello, someone is asking about the two-dimensional arrays. That is the example. That is the main class, public class main, that we have created a main class name by name main. Public static void main string args. This is the basic syntax, and that this is the main method of that program. And we have declared an array integer array declaration, and the my numbers is the value. We have take two for loops, and these two for loops is called basically what it is called, loop under loop is called what it is, nested for loop, but nested loop. For int I, first one, remember when we are using any kind of nested for loop, that means we are for the first one for loop is for the rows, for counting the rows, and the second for loop is for the column. Look, here within the for block that we have created a for loop for int I equals to 0, because we are calling a array. Just because of that, we need to start our for loop by assigning a value of 0, I equals to 0. Then we are comparing, we are giving the condition that I is less than my numbers dot length. And what is the my numbers of length? Can anybody tell me what is the length of my numbers?
The 4.
Yeah, the 4, because whenever we are calculating the length of an array, it will start from 1, and when we are calculating the length of the array index, then we will start counting from 0. For we just because of that, we are if and the if we can say that the length is always greater than the index number.
Yes, sir.
That means the index number, whatever the index number of your array is, it will be lesser than the length of the array. So we need to give the condition, because the how can I calculate, because we need to give a condition, so the program can understand how much we need to go. So just because of that, less than equals to my numbers dot length, that means we want to mm, execute the program up to the length of that array, up to the four, before up to the 4, and it will check the condition, is the value of I is less than my numbers dot length, and the my numbers dot length is 4. Is my value of I is less than 4? If less than 4, then, and this is the previously we are doing the I plus plus, but here we are doing the plus plus I. That means this is the pre-increment. It will increase by 1. First it will increase by 1, then the value. But previously we are doing the value of I, then we are incrementing the by plus 1. It is the pre-increment, plus plus I is the pre-increment, and if I assign that I plus plus, that means that was post increment. That is the pre-increment, and that was the post increment. Plus plus I is the pre-increment, because we are incrementing the value of I first, and the post increment is we are incrementing the value of I plus 1 past. That is the post increment. It will increase the value of I. It will basically, we are calculating the my numbers dot length with the I value of I, that it is calculating is the value of I is less than my numbers dot length. If, then increase the value of I plus 1, value of 1 equals to I. Just a minute, just a minute. Okay, so we are calculating the length of that
হ্যালো স্যার,
rows. Yes,
বলছিলাম প্রি ইনক্রিমেন্ট আর পোস্ট ইনক্রিমেন্ট আরেকবার বলুন।
that is the pre-increment and the post-increment. Let me explain it in another way so you can understand. Pre-increment operator, actually what is the pre-increment operator? A pre-increment operator is used to increment the values of a variable. What is the variable? Variable is I. Increase the value of a variable before using it, and in the pre-increment value first increment, then used inside of the expression. Okay, and the post increment after first and the post, that is the pre-increment. The post increment is a post increment operator used to increment the value of the variable after executing the expression completely. Okay, hello.
স্যার তাহলে প্লাস প্লাস
Yes,
আইটা
sir.
পোস্ট ইনক্রিমেন্ট না প্রি ইনক্রিমেন্ট?
প্লাস প্লাস আই ইজ দ্য প্রি ইনক্রিমেন্ট। প্রি মিনস কি? আগে। পোস্ট মিনস পরে। প্রি ইনক্রিমেন্ট আগে, পোস্ট ইনক্রিমেন্ট মানে পরে। ওকে
স্যার আরেকবার একটু বললে ভালো হতো স্যার, একটু অসুবিধা।
কোন জায়গাটা, কোন জায়গাটা বলো?
প্রি আর পোস্ট আর কি, মানে ব্যাপারটা গোলমাল লাগছে।
প্রি ইনক্রিমেন্ট হচ্ছে বেসিক্যালি what is the value of I is 0. 0, I is less than 4. If I is less than 4, then 1 plus I, that means 1 plus 0. First it will increment, first it will increase the value of I first. That means 1 plus I, and basically the post increment is the I plus plus, that means I plus 1 equals to 1. Basically basically it works like same, but it is incrementing the value first, then it is executing. But in the post increment, it is executing, then it is increasing the value. Understood?
হ্যাঁ স্যার, ওকে
স্যার
Yes.
স্যার বলছি, মানে পোস্ট ইনক্রিমেন্টে স্যার লুপে ঢোকার আগে ভ্যালুটা বাড়ছে না, কিন্তু প্রি ইনক্রিমেন্টে লুপে ঢোকার আগেই ভ্যালুটা বেড়ে যাচ্ছে।
হ্যাঁ।
আচ্ছা স্যার, এই মাই নাম্বারস ডট থার্ড ব্র্যাকেটের মধ্যে আই, এটার মানে কি স্যার? আর ডট লেন্থ, এটার মানে কি স্যার, একটু বলবেন?
মাই নাম্বারস ডট লেন্থ, তাই তো?
হ্যাঁ।
বেসিক্যালি আমরা অ্যারের লেন্থ ক্যালকুলেট করার জন্য, যদি সাপোজ that we have created, suppose forget about the for loops, okay? Forget about the for loop, forget about the multi-dimensional array, just you have created an array. Just let me go to the previous array, okay? তাহলে বুঝতে পারবে array loop। এই দেখো, that the array length, suppose you have created an array string cars, name of the array is cars. Basically what is that? Look, if you can differentiate by the variables. When we are declaring a variable, that is the string is the type of variable, cars is the name of that variable. Can I assign multiple values against one variable? Is it possible?
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
How is this possible? Can I assign I have assigned a variable, suppose int I equals to, can I int I equals to, can I assign, suppose forget about the array, forget about the array, suppose you have created an variable, you have assigned a variable I and int I. Can I against an int I, can I assign multiple values to the I? Can I give multiple values?
না স্যার।
No, we can't assign the multiple values against one variable. It is not possible, because against one variable we can assign only one values. But in the array, when we want to declare more than one variable, more than one values, that time we need to use that array. That is the magic of that array. We can initialize more than one value to a variable. That is called basically array. That is called basically array. Here we have declared a string variable, and name of the variable is cars. That means cars variable have multiple values, 1 2 3 4, 4 value against one variable. That is called array. Multiple values against one variable is called array. Basically this is not the proper definition, but for the understanding, for so you guys can understand properly, but just because of that I am telling you that basically the variable we want to, if we want to assign more than one values, then that is the array. We can assign more than one values to a variable. That is the array basically. Look, the syntax, just forget about that third bracket, open close that, the third bracket. If you remove that, then it will become a normal variable, string cars. But when it is a normal variable, that time we can't assign, we can't give multiple values like Volvo, BMW, Ford, Mazda. We can't assign more than one values in a variable. But when we want to use more than one values in against one variable, that time we need to create an array. We need to convert that variable to an array. So how can I convert to a variable to an array? This is the syntax for creating an array. Just nothing to do, just give the name, type of the variable you need to give, then you need to give the third bracket open close, then you just previously you are naming the variable, that is the name of that variable is cars equals to Volvo, and then within the curly braces we are assigning more than one value, so it became a array.
স্যার এটার ইয়েটা কি আসবে, প্রিন্টটা কি আসবে কার্স ডট লেন্থের?
বলছি, so it is
4.
become a array.
4.
So
4.
yeah, 4 will be the output. So basically what is the cars dot length? That means system.out.println cars dot length is basically we want to know the length of that array. That means how many values into that array we have stored. We don't want to see the values, we want to see how many values into it.
স্যার বুঝতে পেরেছি স্যার।
So that time, so just because of that we need to give that name of that array is cars, then the dot is a operator in the Java, in a C, that is the dot is the operator. Using dot operator we are, what do we want to do? We want to know the length. So just the length is the predefined method or the predefined function, you can say. By using that length function by length method dot, we with the dot operator we can know the how many values is available into that array. Okay, and what is the length and what is the index number, I hope you can understand that what is the length of that car array and what is the index number of that array cars. I hope you can differentiate it, or I need to explain it again, because many of the people is getting confused between the length and the index number. Length is the length. If someone is asking you that how many fingers in your one hand is 5, because how we are calculating 1 2 3 4 5, we are starting the counting from 1. When someone is asking you the length of that array, then you need to start your counting from 1. When anyone wants to the length of that array, then you need to start your calculation from 1. But if someone is asking what is the index, how many index number is available in that array, in the when you are counting the number of index, then you will not start from 1, you will start from 0. So if you start from 0, then it will end at 4, because 0 1 2 3 4. And if you count that from 0 1 2 3 4, then the length is 5. But the index number, just because you are starting the counting from 0, that just for that the index number will be 4. If someone is asking you the length of that cars, then you need to start from 1 1 2 3 4. That is the length of that cars array. But the index number of that cars array, when anyone is asking you, that time you need to start your counting from 0. So 0 in Volvo, 1 is BMW, 4 in 2, and Mazda in 3. That is the number of index.
স্যার কার্স ডট ইন্ডেক্স থাকলে তার মানে প্রিন্ট আসবে 3, এই
No, ওইভাবে হবে না। Length, what is the length? Length is the predefined method for knowing the length of that array. You can't use cast dot index. There is no inbuilt method in Java by
Okay, sir.
that index. Length length is basically we are not writing ourselves. It is predefined. That is a length function or the method, whatever you can say. In C++ we say function, but in Java we call it method. Okay, basically
Okay, sir.
method and function both are the same. And like in the Java there is some predefined like int, char, string. Those are the predefined. We are not creating ourselves. That is the in that the
Okay,
or
sir.
the
বুঝতে
string.
পেরেছি।
Okay, like length is the predefined method of Java. By using that length method we can know the length of that array. So is it clear that what is the cast dot length, or we are using in the multi-dimensional array is my numbers dot length? Can I say that my numbers dot length, my numbers, suppose whatever I have said, that when we are declaring multi-dimensional array, there is two spaces. There is two spaces. First one is for the rows, and the second one is for
Column.
the column. So
তাহলে কি
and
আইটা কি রোজ জন্য ডিফাইন করা হয়েছে
yes,
আর যেটাকে কলামের জন্য?
J is the for J for the column,
Okay,
I for the rows. Not only whenever you not only in the array, whenever you are creating, someone is saying that that he has done a star printing, pattern printing program. For that, when you are doing any kind of pattern, if you are printing star pattern or anything like pattern, then you need to use that nested for loop, because we are that for loop is also used for the, because loop under loop, the first one loop is for the rows and the second one loop for the column.
Column.
First loop will calculate your rows, second loop will calculate your column, and there we need to give the condition. Can I say I less than my numbers dot length? Instead of my numbers dot length, can I use 4?
Yes, sir.
Yes, but we are not using, because we are no, but we are not using because suppose in the my numbers in the bigger in the instead of 1 2 3 4, if there is thousand and lakhs of values is there, without declaring the dot length, without using the dot length function, can I know, can I understand how many values how many values is in available in that array? That time we will
No.
not understand that how many, just because here we have assigned only 4 values, so we can understand that in that array we have assigned 4 values. But is there, if there is lots of values that is uncountable, that time we don't know that how many values is available.
Yes, sir. Got it.
Yeah, so we cannot understand. So if we compare with the length, because is that the array's length is 4, but the index number is 3, last index number is 3 of that particular array. That means what? Index number is lesser than the length. Always the whenever you are using an array, the index number will be lesser than the length, because length we are counting from 1, but index number we are starting
0.
counting from 0. Just because we are starting from 0, it will automatically become
Declare.
lesser than the length. So we are basically giving the condition that I less than my numbers dot length. Whatever the length of that array, execute it until it lesser than I. It until I is lesser than the length. Whatever the length is, I have to be smaller. So we want to execute the value of I up to the value became value of length, the my numbers of the length, whatever the value is lesser than I. Then we are incrementing by 1, and within that basically it will calculate I equals to 0. Okay, I less than it condition is true, then it will go to the for loop and it will print the value of 0 index is 1. Again, after that, again it is going, then it is increasing. Again, it is entering to the second nested loop, then it is printing the value 0 index, the index number of 0 index of
5.
5. It is printing the 5. That how it will work. Understood? And basically we are printing the, because we want to print the both, that the rows and the columns also. So we are printing, so just because we have assigned the value of I, that look int within that array, we have create that loop, we have created that loop.
স্যার একটা কোশ্চেন আছে
হ্যাঁ
স্যার, বলছি এখানে স্যার ইন্ডেক্স নাম্বারটা এইখানে এই এক্সাম্পলটা আসছে কেন স্যার?
কোন ইন্ডেক্স না এক্সাম্পলটা?
মানে মানে আপনি বলছেন না যে মানে ইন্ডেক্স নাম্বার যখন আমরা ক্যালকুলেট করব আমরা 0 থেকে করব,
হ্যাঁ,
তো এইখানে মানে এই এক্সাম্পলটা আমরা ইন্ডেক্স নাম্বারটা কনসিডার করছি কেন? মানে এখানে তো ডট লেন্থই আছে।
ডট লেন্থ ইজ বেসিক্যালি, আমি তোমায় কি বলছি, লেন্থ সবসময় ইন্ডেক্স নাম্বারের থেকে ছোট হবে তো। সাপোজ ইন দ্য প্রিভিয়াস সেশন, ইন দ্য প্রিভিয়াস প্রোগ্রাম আমরা যখন ফর লুপ ইউজ করছিলাম, লেট মি গো টু দ্য ফর লুপ।
স্যার ওটা কি ইন্ডেক্স নাম্বারের লেন্থটা?
না, ওটা অ্যারের লেন্থটা ক্যালকুলেট করছে। বেসিক্যালি তুমি যদি দেখো, এই যে ফর লুপটা আমরা ক্রিয়েট করেছি, ফর ইন্ট I equals to 1, I less than equals to 10, that means what, I এর ভ্যালু আমরা অ্যাসাইন করেছি 1 and আমরা একটা কন্ডিশন দিয়েছি যে I less than equals to, মানে is a value of I is less than 10 or equals to 10। ঠিক
মানে
আছে,
1 থেকে 10 অবধি চলবে,
1 থেকে 10 অবধি চলবে। বাট এখানে আমরা বেসিক্যালি আমরা জানি না, ধরো সাপোজ আমরা এখানে জানি না যে হাউ মেনি, হোয়াট ইজ দ্য লেন্থ অফ ইউর অ্যারে, সাপোজ আমরা জানি না। এখানে আমরা স্মল ভ্যালু দিয়েছি বলে তাই আমরা বুঝতে পারছি যে এখানে আমাদের 4টে ভ্যালু আছে, 4টে ভ্যালু, লেন্থ হচ্ছে 4। কিন্তু আমরা যদি না জানতাম যে অ্যারের লেন্থটা কি, তাহলে আমরা তো প্রপারলি এক্সাক্ট ভ্যালু দিতে পারি না, আন্দাজে তো একটা ভ্যালু দিতে পারি না। আদারওয়াইজ সাপোজ তোমার অ্যারের মধ্যে 100টা ভ্যালু রয়েছে আর তুমি এখানে কন্ডিশন দিচ্ছ I less than 50, then it will execute up to 50. After 50 it will stop execution because the condition became false. But rest of the 50, তারপরে কি হবে, তোমার ওই লাস্টের 50টা যে ভ্যালুস রয়েছে সেই ভ্যালুস গুলো আনইউজেবল হয়ে গেল, সেই ভ্যালুস গুলো বেকার হয়ে গেল। তাহলে কি হলো, ওখানে অ্যারের মধ্যে যে আমরা 100টা ভ্যালু অ্যাসাইন করেছি ওটার জন্য তো একটা মেমোরি লেগেছে। বাট উই আর গিভিং দ্য কন্ডিশন আপ টু 50, 50টা ভ্যালুস এর এগেইনস্টে আমরা কন্ডিশন দিচ্ছি। 50টা ভ্যালু যখন এগেইনস্টে কন্ডিশন যখন ট্রু হয়, যখন 50 নাম্বার 51 এ যখন কন্ডিশনে ঢুকবে তখন কন্ডিশনটা তো ফলস হয়ে যাবে। তাহলে কি হবে, নাম্বার 51 টু 100 পর্যন্ত যে ভ্যালুস গুলো রয়েছে ওগুলো ওয়েস্ট হয়ে গেল। এতে এত
Actually, sir, I is define array length.
I is defined array length না, আমরা বলছি I is, think simple, আমরা একটা অ্যারে নিয়েছি, I এর ভ্যালু অ্যাসাইন করেছি 0 আর আমরা একটা কন্ডিশন দিয়েছি লাইক দা প্রিভিয়াস ফর লুপ, যে আমরা ইনস্টেড অফ গিভিং আ পার্টিকুলার ভ্যালুস বা গিভিং আ পার্টিকুলার ভ্যালুস লাইক 1 2 3 4 100 200, সেই ভ্যালুসটার জায়গায় আমরা বেসিক্যালি এই লুপটাকে রান করাতে চাইছি whatever the length of that array, whatever the length of that array, because we are starting from 0 but length is starting from 1. so যদি লেন্থ যদি 100 হয় তাহলে ইন্ডেক্স নাম্বার হবে কত, ধরো সাপোজ 1 to 100 তুমি ভ্যালুস দিয়েছো একটা অ্যারের এগেইনস্টে, ওকে, তো তাহলে লেন্থ কত, একটা অ্যারে ক্রিয়েট করেছো
100
সেখানে তুমি 100টা ভ্যালু দিয়েছো, 100টা ভ্যালু
100
দিয়েছো,
sir?
তাহলে 100 হচ্ছে লেন্থ,
Yeah.
100 হচ্ছে লেন্থ। কিন্তু যদি তোমাকে বলে ইন্ডেক্স নাম্বার কত, লাস্ট ইন্ডেক্স নাম্বার কত,
99.
99, that means what, 199 is lesser than 100,
100. Yeah.
that means it will run up to the 99, because in the otherwise because we are starting by counting the index number from 0, so it will end the 100 number of values is stored into the 99 number of index. In the 99 number index, the value is available is 100 number values is available in the index number 99. So we want to execute the program up to the 99, because the last index number that we have assigned, the last index number is 99. So when the value of I is became 99 here, by increasing one by one, when the value of I is became 99, then it will print the value of index number 99. It is basically we want to calculate the index number by comparing with the length of that array. By comparing the length of that array.
Okay.
বুঝতে পারছো? সবাই বুঝতে পারছো না কি বলো?
না স্যার।
কোনটা বুঝতে পারছো না বলো?
হ্যালো স্যার।
হ্যাঁ
স্যার বলছি যে প্রথম যে ফর লুপটা আছে,
হ্যাঁ
ওখানে আমরা আই এর ভ্যালু 0 দিচ্ছি,
হ্যাঁ
তারপরে আমরা কন্ডিশন দিচ্ছি আই মাই নাম্বারস ডট লেন্থ, আর আমরা প্রি ইনক্রিমেন্ট করাচ্ছি।
হ্যাঁ
তাহলে প্রি ইনক্রিমেন্ট যদি করাই, তাহলে আই এর ভ্যালু 0 থেকে শুরু হবে না, ডাইরেক্ট 1 থেকে শুরু হবে?
0 থেকেই শুরু হবে। First it will print the 0 because we have initialized the value of 0. If the condition is became true that 0 is less than my number dot length, is it true?
Yes, yes.
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 বলছি স্যার বাইনারি সার্চের প্রোগ্রামের টাইপ তো,
হ্যাঁ
এটা বাইনারি সার্চের প্রোগ্রাম তো কিছুটা তাই।
হ্যাঁ বলতে পারো, বলতে পারো।
স্যার বলছি তাহলে তাহলে স্যার প্রি ইনক্রিমেন্ট করাচ্ছেন, কারণ প্রি ইনক্রিমেন্ট একটু বুঝতে অসুবিধা আছে, যে পোস্ট ইনক্রিমেন্ট করলে সুবিধা হতো।
পোস্ট ইনক্রিমেন্ট করালে সুবিধা হতো, কিন্তু এখানে তোমরা একবার প্রোগ্রামটা পোস্ট ইনক্রিমেন্ট করে দেখো, সেমই আনসার আসবে। ওকে, বেসিক্যালি এখানে কন্ডিশন গুলো দিয়েছে, সো বিকজ তোমরা প্রিভিয়াসলি পোস্ট ইনক্রিমেন্টটা দেখেছো কিন্তু প্রি ইনক্রিমেন্টটা দেখোনি। লাইক এখানে i equals to 0 is the value of I less than my numbers dot length. My numbers, instead of my numbers dot length, we can assign here 4. Is the value of I is less than 4? If the
Yes.
condition is true, then print the value of value 1. Then it is increasing the value, and again it is entering the second for nested for loop. Then again it is checking the condition, then it is printing the value of index is 5, like that it is checking the condition, then again it is entering to the first for loop, then again it is checking the condition, then it is increasing the value, then again it is entering the nested for loop, like that it is executing at the end till the condition is become false. It is executing like that. At the end, whatever he is taking, it is printing the value.
স্যার এটা কি একটা ম্যাট্রিক্সের আকারে সেভ হবে মেমোরিতে?
হ্যাঁ, এটা অ্যাকচুয়ালি বেসিক্যালি প্রিন্ট হবে তোমার 1 2 3 4 and the 5 6 7 টোটালটাই প্রিন্ট হয়ে যাবে।
ডিআইটা কি ম্যাট্রিক্স আকারে সেভ, মানে ম্যাট্রিক্স আকারে দেখাবে নাকি?
ম্যাট্রিক্স আকারে বলতে
মানে উপরে কলাম, উপরের কলাম থাকবে, তার নিচে রো গুলো থাকবে, মানে এমন ভাবে?
না না না, এরকম ভাবে ওটা দেখাবে না, কারণ উই আর ইউজিং দ্যাট প্রিন্ট এলএন ফাংশন। ইন আ লাইন আমরা প্রিন্ট করছি, প্রিন্ট এন্ড देयर ইজ আ
এটা আমি করেছিলাম এই
হ্যাঁ
প্রোগ্রামটা।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, প্রিন্ট এন্ড বেসিক্যালি প্রিন্ট ইউ ক্যান, ইনস্টেড অফ প্রিন্ট এলএন উই ক্যান ইউজ প্রিন্ট। ঠিক আছে, তোমরা প্রোগ্রামটা নিয়ে আচ্ছা ওকে ওকে শোনো, তোমাদের তো প্রবলেম হচ্ছে মাল্টি ডাইমেনশনাল। আমাকে আজকে আমরা নেক্সট ফরওয়ার্ড করি, নেক্সট আমরা মানে আমরা কন্টিনিউ করি এই মাল্টি ডাইমেনশনাল অ্যারে। আমাকে এইটার আরো আদার্স কিছু সিম্পল এক্সাম্পল, সো তোমরা যাতে ভালোভাবে বুঝতে পারো সেরকম কিছু এক্সাম্পল আমাকে প্রিপেয়ার করতে দাও। ওকে,
ওকে স্যার।
প্রিপেয়ার করে আমি নেক্সট সেশনে তো ফার্স্ট টপিক হবে মাল্টি ডাইমেনশনাল অ্যারে, বিকজ
ওকে স্যার।
হিয়ার ইজ অনলি ওয়ান এক্সাম্পল ইজ অ্যাভেলেবল, ঠিক আছে, যেটা তোমাদের বুঝতে অনেকটা ডিফিকাল্ট লাগছে। সো লেট আস আমাদের নেক্সট কন্টিনিউ করি
আমি
আমরা।
স্যার আরেকটা মাল্টি ডাইমেনশনাল অ্যারের আরেকটা এক্সাম্পল আমি মানে প্রোগ্রাম করেছিলাম, রান করে গেছিল।
আচ্ছা,
আমি
প্রোগ্রাম তো রান করবে, প্রোগ্রাম দেখো
মানে
প্রোগ্রাম
সেটা অন্য মানে এই ভ্যালুস মানে এই এক্সাক্ট এই কোডটা না, অন্য কোড আমি সেটা বলছি।
আচ্ছা, মানে কোড তো রান করে যাবে সেটা নয়, কিন্তু মেন ব্যাপারটা হচ্ছে আর ইউ গেটিং দ্য কনসেপ্ট। অ্যাকচুয়ালি কোড তুমি যদি এটা মুখস্থ করে নাও, ইফ ইউ রিমেম্বার দ্যাট কোড অ্যান্ড তুমি যদি ওটাকে জাস্ট লাইন বাই লাইন তুমি লিখে গেলে, দ্যাট কোড উইল এক্সিকিউট, বাট দ্য মেন থিং ইজ আর ইউ গেটিং দ্য কনসেপ্ট অফ দ্যাট অ্যারে অ্যান্ড দ্য ফর লুপ। This is the most important concept. Just because of that, this is the most important concept. I am telling you to leave that topic for today,
ওকে
that
স্যার।
the nested for loop and the multi-dimensional array.
স্যার একটা ছোট প্রশ্ন আছে স্যার।
হ্যাঁ
স্যার বলছি সেকেন্ড যে ফর লুপটা আছে যে ইকুয়ালস টু 0,
হ্যাঁ,
এইটার মানে শুধু সেকেন্ড ফর লুপটার প্রিন্টটা কি আসবে?
সেকেন্ড ফর লুপটার প্রিন্টটা আমি তোমায় কি বললাম, ফার্স্ট লুপ ইজ ফর দ্য
রো।
ফার্স্ট লুপ
ফার্স্ট লুপ
ফর
হচ্ছে
দ্য
রো।
রো। ইন্ট আই যে লুপটা নিয়েছি সেটা হচ্ছে রো রো প্রিন্ট করার জন্য, মানে হচ্ছে রো এখানে কোনটা রয়েছে 1 2 3 4, দ্যাট ইজ দ্য
হ্যাঁ
রোজ। 5
হ্যাঁ
6
মানে
7, 5
যদি
6
আনসার
7 হচ্ছে কলাম।
মানে আমি সেটাই জিজ্ঞেস করছি স্যার, মানে এখানে জে ইকুয়ালস টু 0 আর জে লেস দ্যান মাই নাম্বারস আই না দিয়ে যদি শুধু ডট লেন দিই তাহলে কি এটা কি
না না
5?
হবে না, হবে না, হবে না, হবে না, হবে
মানে
না।
আচ্ছা
আমি ওই জন্যই বলছি, আমি ওই জন্যই বলছি এই টপিকটা আজকে ইউ লিভ দ্যাট টপিক, ইউ অল লিভ দ্যাট টপিক। ইফ ইউ আর নট গেটিং দ্যাট গেট দ্য টপিক, ওকে, নো প্রবলেম, ইট ইজ কোয়াইট ডিফিকাল্ট টপিক। So let me prepare some more example, more easy example, so you can understand it properly. For that, let us continue next. Okay, in the next session, the first topic will be the multi-dimensional array and the nested for loop. Okay, 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 leave that topic for
ওকে স্যার,
today.
ওকে স্যার।
আদারওয়াইজ এটা তোমাদের জন্য চাপ হয়ে যাবে। তোমরা যদি এই জিনিসটা বুঝতে না পারো, তোমরা এই জিনিসটা নিয়ে কন্টিনিউয়াসলি ভাবতে থাকবে and you will become confused in the next topic. So leave the topic for today. In the next session, let me prepare for some more example on that multi-dimensional array and the nested for loop, so you can understand that better. Okay, okay, so let us continue.
ওকে স্যার।
So the next topic is Java method. The next topic is Java method. A method is a block of code which only run when it is called. You can pass data known as parameters into a method. তুমি মানে that means that a method only run when it is called. You need to, suppose when you are creating a method, unless you are not calling that method, it will not execute or it will not return you anything. And like the variable, you are assigning some values or the parameters you are giving, like in the method also you can assign some values, you can assign as parameters into the method. Method are used to perform certain action and they are also known as function. Basically, previously I have told you that the method and the function both are the same. In the C++, we called it function. In the Java, we called it method. Basically, we all know that C and C++ because those are the basics of programming language. So whatever you have learned in C or C++ is function. Whatever the function is, that is the method. In C++, it is function. In Java, it is method. So why use method? To reuse code, define code once. Okay, forget about that theories, directly go to the example. Theories confused us very much. So let's do some practical. Create a method inside a main. We have created a public class main and static void my method, like the variable. Hello.
স্যার
হ্যাঁ,
বলছি স্যার আমাদের তো জাভার তো ফাংশন ইউজ হয়, তো ফাংশন ছাড়া মেথড কেন ইউজ করছি? ফাংশন তো ইউজ করা
function
যায়।
method both are the same.
হ্যাঁ তো স্যার ফাংশন কেন ইউজ করছি না মেথড মেথড কেন ইউজ করছি?
The name is the difference, only the name is different. Like cars, আমরা ইংলিশে বলি কার্স, বাংলায় বলি গাড়ি, তাই তো? কিন্তু বেসিক্যালি জিনিসটা তো সেম, বেসিক্যালি জিনিসটা তো সেম। cars or
Yes.
gari, whatever I
Yes, sir,
can
yes.
call, we can call, but the basic thing is the same.
Yes, sir.
Like that, the name, only the name is the different. That function and the method, basically both the thing, the basic thing is same. You can call it, if you want to, if you don't want to call it method, you can call it function.
স্যার
Okay. Yes.
স্যার বলছি পাবলিক স্ট্যাটিক ভয়েড মেন আর শুধু স্ট্যাটিক ভয়েডের ডিফারেন্স কি স্যার?
বলছি বলছি পাবলিক ক্লাস মেন, এটা বুঝতে পেরেছো? দিস ইজ দ্য ক্লাস মেন
হুম।
ক্লাস, দ্যাট ইজ দ্য নেম ইজ মেন। ওকে, স্ট্যাটিক ভয়েড মেথড, এবারে যেরকম আমরা লাইক প্রিভিয়াসলি when we are declaring a variable, we need to like we have declared an integer variable. After that, we are naming the variable as variable name a, b, c or whatever. Like that, you can name public, that static void. Static is the keyword. Static is the keyword, that is the predefined keyword in static, and we will know what is static and why we are using static. Instead of static, we can use public also, but we will learn it later. Today we will learn, but for the timing, that is the syntax. You instead of static, you can use public or static void. Void means it will return in, it will not return anything. Void means nothing. Okay, void is nothing, void means nothing. And my method is the method that I have named as my method. Instead of my method, you can name it anything. Okay, instead of my method, you can name it anything. Whatever the name you want to give to that method, you can give, but here we are naming that method as my method.
Who is the
And
classmate to work on moon?
can please unmute, please mute yourself.
Is was. On art, when we throw something up, it comes down
Arpita, please mute yourself. Arpita, please
to
mute
Williams
yourself.
made a record for the longest. The Williams made a record for the
Arpita.
longest. Living in space station. এরকম কিছু।
Arpita. Okay, thank you. Static void my method. This is the syntax of creating a method. This is the syntax of creating a method. That my method, I have named it as my method. Then you need to give that braces open close. That is that the braces is indicating that is a method. That is the identifier. That is the identification that is a method. If we give it that my method and forget to give that braces, then it will not become a method. Okay, so if you are creating a method, then you need to name it first, then you need to use that first bracket open close, that is the syntax. Then you need to create the curly braces open close before creating the block, that the block of that method. Okay, understood? This is the basic, this is the class, that is the name of that class. And basically forget about that, the public static void main, println, everything, forget about it. Just remember, this is the syntax, this is the syntax, because whatever we are doing here, we have write that public class main because whatever the program you are doing, whatever the program you are writing, it have to be a class. There will be a class. Within that class, whatever you want to code, you need to code that within the class. That is the main class name, main class. And static void my method is the basic syntax of creating a method. This is the basic syntax, nothing else.
স্যার
So this,
স্যার বলছি মাই মেথডের আগে পাবলিক স্ট্যাটিক ভয়েড মেনও কি
হ্যাঁ,
লেখা
নেই
মানে
নেই নেই, কারণ হচ্ছে আমি বলছি এইখানে দেখো, পাবলিক ক্লাস মেন static void my method, we are creating a method my method. Within that braces, that means that is the block of that method that we have created as my method. Within that bracket we are writing system.out.println, and we are expressing the, we are assigning or we are declaring whatever you want to print. So I just got executed. We are, that is a string. But someone is asking that here is no public static void main. Look, this public static void main string args, this is the main method. This is the main method. Okay. That have to be available in all the program. Without main method, we can't execute the program. But this is the syntax. This is the main method. This is the main method of a class. Without this main method, we can't execute the program. But static void my method is not the main method because we are not creating that public static void main, because this is the basic syntax of writing a Java program. But this is the basic syntax, that is predefined method. Public static void main string args, that is the predefined method is in Java. But static void my method, is it a predefined method or we are creating a method?
We are creating.
We are creating a method. So this is not a main method. Whenever you are writing a program, when in the time of
Sir.
execution,
If we give public static void main after class, main class, then what's the problem?
you can do it. You
মানে
can
স্যার
do it.
মাই মেথডের আগে পাবলিক স্ট্যাটিক ভয়েড
হ্যাঁ,
মেনও কি
দিতেই
লেখা
পারি,
যায়
দিতেই পারি,
আচ্ছা
দিতেই পারি।
Okay.
বাট বেসিক্যালি আমরা কি করছি এখানে, আমরা কেন দিইনি, আদারওয়াইজ তোমরা বুঝতে পারবে না, সেই কারণে দিইনি। পাবলিক স্ট্যাটিক ভয়েড মেন দিতে পারি, কিন্তু হ্যাঁ, যেটা বলছিলাম, public static void main is the predefined method or the basic syntax of a program. This is the main method that you need to give all the time. Whenever you are executing a program, whenever you are running a program, run the program will first looking for the main method. And suppose in your program there is 1000 method you have created. There is 1000 method is available. But in between the 1000 method, the program how can understand that which one is the main method? Suppose in fact in that 1000 method you have mentioned static void. I have told you that you can name it anything. Instead of my method, I can give the name as main also, right? Like here, main. I can give instead of my name, my method, I can write main also. Static void main. We have created a method as name main. But how can program will understand that which one is the main method, actual main method? It will look for the syntax public static void main. Previously I have told you that instead of static we can write public,
Yes.
but in the main method we are writing the both public static void then main. and that main method we can't name it anything. That have to be
Main.
named by main. But that method we are creating, that name can be anything.
Anything.
Anything, India, Australia, Pakistan, whatever the name you want to give, you can give. But in the main method, you can't name it anything. That name have to be main.
Main.
So if in your program there is 1000 method is method you have declared, there is one method also instead except the main method, you have created a method by naming is main. But the program will understand which one is the main method. It will look for that keyword public static void, then the main name and the string args. Program, whenever the program will find that, it will take this as the main method of that program. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Everyone understood, or I need to explain it again?
Sir,
If you are not getting, tell me multiple times. Multiple times I
Sir.
will tell you. Yes.
Sir, if you use
Hmm.
public instead of static
Hmm.
void my method,
Hmm.
output is same or not?
It will generate some error. And why it will generate some error, we are coming. The let us continue, then I will explain
Okay.
everything, that what is the difference between the public and the static. For the timing, we have just started the method, how to create method, what is the main
Okay.
method, how it will differentiate between the uh, main method and the method that we are creating, that I'm just telling. So public class main, that is the class name main. Then we have created a method
Method.
static void my method. And within the method block, we are writing system.out.println I just got executed. Then we are creating the main method, because without main method, that program, the whole program is nothing. Okay, public static void means string args, and every method have a block, and also main method also have a block, that by starting the curly braces and the ending the curly braces. Within that, when we want to print the value of that method, that is printing is that the I just got executed, I don't need to write within the main method. Previous program, what we are doing, we are declaring the main method, we public static void main, then we are writing here system.out.println I just got executed, right?
Yes.
Yes. But here, just because we have all, we want to print the value, whatever the value is available within the method. What the value is available in the method, that time we don't need to write that system.out.println within that public static void main, that main method. Simply we will write the method name, that is the name is the method we have given my method, and my method, that the braces, then the semicolon, that is the semicolon is very vital thing. If you forget that to give, then it will generate error. Okay,
Yes.
if we write my method and then the semicolon, by writing that my method into that main method, main method block, that means it is calling the main method, that the method we have created, it is calling the naming my method, and it will print the whatever the value is available in the my method, it will print. So whenever you will execute the program, it will just simply print whatever the value is available into that my method. Suppose we are calling the method my method, and again within that we are writing, we can write it. Suppose we are writing here that system.out.println hello. So what will be the output? Can anyone tell me?
Hello.
First it print I just got executed, then it print hello.
Yes, it will print the both. Just if you only writing the name of that method or when you are calling that method only it will print suppose you don't
Here
have
we have stored two values into my method. One
no
is I just got
no, we haven't stored. This is the basic printing. This is the basic printing. It will print. Suppose we don't have anything. Suppose we don't have a message. Suppose basically system.out.println that we don't have any message to print. Suppose we don't have any message to print. I just someone is telling you that print whatever the value is available in the method, just print it. You don't need to print it anything else. I just wanted to print the value of my method, whatever the value is available in the my method. I just wanted to print it. Nothing else, no message, nothing. I don't want to print. I don't want to print anything else. Okay, that time you just within the main method, just call the name of that method. That is the my method. Just call it. Simply write my method, then the braces, then the termination. Just simply write it. It will automatically print the value, whatever is the value is available in that my method, it will print. But someone is saying that with the my method, whatever the value is available in the my method, print this and then print some message also. That time you just simply write system.out.println within the braces double quotes. You write the message that whatever the message you want to show to the user. Understood? Look, if you are not getting, tell me. Don't be quiet. And don't be hesitate to tell that you are not getting the thing. I will explain it again and again.
Okay,
Ha-
sir, please 1 second.
So
Can you
one
tell?
Okay. What you are not getting, can you just tell me so we can directly focus to that part?
Sir, actually, I don't get system that out my method. There are two system.out.println. We want to print two codes. That's what I can't get.
Okay, that you are not getting. Okay. In the theory part, what we have used. Look at the theory. Okay. What is a method? A method is a block of code which only runs when it is called. মেথড হচ্ছে একটা জিনিস যেটা তুমি যতক্ষণ না কল করবে ততক্ষণ ওটা রান করবে না। দ্যাট মিন্স হোয়াট? দ্যাট মিন্স আনটিল you have created a method, until and unless you are not calling the method, it will not return anything. Suppose there are 4 people is available at your home. Just a minute. Okay, just a minute. Suppose there are 4 people is available at your home, A, B, C and D. They are sitting at your home. Until and unless you are not calling them by their name, they will respond anything.
No, sir.
No. If you are saying that A, please come here, then A will come to you. If you are saying B, go to the shop, then B will go to the shop. Like that method, whenever you are assigning you are creating a method, until and unless you are not calling the method will not do anything. It will sit whatever wherever you have put that method, it will sit there. It will sit there until and unless it will not return anything, until and unless you are not calling the method. Okay. First, you need to create a method. That means what? First, you need to create a method. Then you need to call it. Then it will give you some values or
This.
anything. If by using the method, if you want to return, if you want to suppose you have called A come here, then he will come to you and he or she will stand in front of you. It will not do anything until and unless that you are telling A that go to the shop or go to the market. When you are saying A come here and go to the shop or go to the market, then he will go to the market or go to the shop. If you are just calling him A come here, then he will not do anything. He will come to you, but he will not do anything. When you are telling A go to the market or A go to the shop, then A will come to you. Then whenever you are saying go to the shop, that is the value, that is the task that you are telling A to do. A come here, you are calling, then you are giving some values or giving some task. A go to the market, then he is going to the market. Like that, first of all, you need to create a method. Then you need to give some value, but using that method, how you want to use that method. You are creating a method, you are creating a home for staying now. That means what? You are creating a method for what reason? There is a reason. That's why you are creating a method. Otherwise, why you are creating a method? You are creating a method so you can do some task or do something, do some work with that method. For that reason, you want to create a method. So you have create a method. Then what you want to do with the method? So you can pass some value, pass some data, pass some parameters. Like the variable, we are assigning the values. Like that, we are assigning some values by writing system.out.println, then the values. Basically, that is the method you have created, and you are assigning some values to that by writing system.out.println, then the values. Then, and after creating a method, after giving the values, you need to call it. Then it will return you. Suppose ABCD is sitting at your home, okay, and you have already assigned a task A to go to market, B to go to shop. You have already assigned. Then you are, whenever you are calling, you are saying A, whatever I have told you, do it first. Then you don't need to tell A what to do, because you have already told to A to go to the shop and B to go to the market. So whenever you are saying A, go whatever, do whatever I have told you, like that in the program, where is the program? Like that in the program, we have created a method. Okay, first we have created a method, and then we have assigned a task or we have give a value, that is system.out. By writing system.out.println for printing something, we have created a method by naming is my method. Then I have tell method to print the I just got executed. That part is over. That is simple method part. But every program have a main method by naming public static void main string out that I need to run. And what I have told you that you need to call that method, then it will execute the then it will return the values. You have assigned some tasks to A, B, C, D. Until and unless you are not calling them, they will not do anything. They will sit at their sit to their place. When you are calling A will go to the shop because you have already assigned a task to A that whenever I'm calling you, you go to the shop. Like that, we have created a method and I have give a value by writing system.out.println I just got executed. And we need to call that method, then it will return the value, that then it will print the I just got executed. So when we want to print that I just got executed, for that I need to call that method. And how you can call the method? By simple writing the name of that method, then the braces, that is the syntax, that is the identifier, that name and the braces open close, that is the syntax, that is the method, that is the identification. Whenever you are watching, when in the program, whenever you are seeing that anything kind of things like this, that is something name and the braces open close, that means that is a method. So you need to call it within the main method. You need to, because whatever you are doing, you need to do it in the main method, because without main method, the program is nothing. So we have created a method and we have just put a value to the method. Then what I want to do, that I don't want to do anything else. Just simple, I have create a main method, because this is that without main method, just because without main method, the program is nothing. For that reason, and the basic syntax of a Java program, for that reason, I have write this public static void main. This is we all have to write that thing, that public static void main, that the main method have to create, have to write. So for that reason, we have created that main method. That is the basic syntax. And simply we are calling the method that we have previously created, that we are just simply calling the name of the method. Whenever
স্যার একটা প্রশ্ন আছে স্যার, বলছি পাবলিক স্ট্যাটিক ভয়েড মেইন যখন লিখছি আমরা, তখন আপনি বললেন যে মেথডটা যদি আমরা কল না করি তাহলে আসবে না। আমরা যদি মেথডটা কল না করি তাহলে আউটপুট কি আসবে, মানে রান করালে কি আসবে?
সাপোজ তুমি বলছো যে মেথডটা, যে মাই মেথডটা যদি আমরা কল না করি তাহলে আউটপুট কি আসবে। হ্যাঁ, তো তুমি যদি এই মেথডটাকে সরিয়ে দাও তাহলে কি আসবে? কি আছে? কিছুই নেই। That method will not return you anything, because until and unless you are not calling the method will not do anything.
এরর আসছে,
কিচ্ছু আসবে না, কিছুই আসবে না, কারণ তুমি কিছুই দাওনি। কারণ তুমি কিছুই দাওনি, রান করলে কিছুই। ফার্স্ট অফ অল তো এই মেথডটাকে তুমি তো কল করছো না, তুমি তো মেথডটাকে ডাকছো না, মেথডটাকে কল করছো না। সো এই মেথডটা তো প্রিন্ট করবে না। উল্টে তুমি যে মেন মেথডের আন্ডারে যে আমরা নর্মালি কিছু প্রিন্ট করার জন্য যে system.out.println লিখে তার মধ্যে কিছু ভ্যালুস দিয়ে যে ওটাকে প্রিন্ট করাচ্ছি, সেটাও তুমি করোনি। তাহলে কি কিছু প্রিন্ট করবে?
না স্যার, কিছু করছে না,
কিচ্ছু করবে না।
ঠিক আছে স্যার, বলছি স্ট্যাটিক ভয়েড মাই মেথড যেটা লিখছি, ওখানে যদি স্ট্যাটিক ভয়েড না লিখে পাবলিক স্ট্যাটিক ভয়েড মেন লিখে মেথড লেখা যায় না?
স্ট্যাটিক ভয়েড মেন তুমি যখন whenever you are creating a method, then
তখন শুধু স্ট্যাটিক ভয়েডই লিখতে হবে।
only either you can write static or you can write public, any one of them. Public
আচ্ছা, পাবলিক ভয়েডও লেখা যায়?
পাবলিক ভয়েডও লেখা যায়। হোয়াট ইজ দ্য ডিফারেন্স বিটুইন পাবলিক এন্ড স্ট্যাটিক আমি এখন বললে তোমরা বুঝতে পারবে না, তাই জন্য আমি এখন বলছি না, নেক্সট টপিকে আসবো। সো বেসিক্যালি উই আর ক্রিয়েটিং আ মেথড, then we are assigning some values this way. We can assign a values in another ways also, we will see that. For the timing we are just simple writing within the method, just telling the system.out.println and then the message, and we have created the main method, that is the syntax of the Java program. Everyone, I hope everyone is understanding that what is that main method, that is the syntax. We all have to use that main method, and until and unless we are not calling the method, that the method will not return you anything, or the method will not respond you anything. For response, for getting some response from the main method, that I have assigned already, I have assigned some task. When we are after creating that method, my method, we have assigned some task already to the my method, and then when we are calling the method name, by just simply we are calling the method by the name of that method, my method, it will already, just because we have already assigned some task, that means whenever we are calling that that name of that method, by name of that method, it will do the task, whatever the task we have assigned to the method. Understood? Or still it is not clear?
এই প্রোগ্রামটা পাবলিক ভয়েড মাই মেথড দিলে রান করছে না স্যার।
করবে না, এরর আসবে, আমি তো প্রথমেই
স্যার।
বলে দিলাম, পাবলিক ভয়েড মাই মেথড দিলে প্রোগ্রামটা রান করবে না। আর সেটার প্রবলেমটা কি তোমায় বলছি, তুমি তোমাদের যে জিনিসটা সেটা বোঝো, যখন যে টপিকটা করাচ্ছে সেই টপিকে ফোকাস করো, পরের টপিকে যেও না। আমি তোমাদের বলছি
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
টপিকে আমরা বুঝবো।
হ্যাঁ
তো এভরিওয়ান, হ্যাঁ এভরিওয়ান তোমরা মানে সবাই বুঝতে পেরেছো, আর নাকি এখনো প্রবলেম আছে?
Yes, sir.
না ইয়েস স্যার, হ্যাঁ বুঝতে পেরেছো
Understand, sir.
সবাই? everyone have got the concept that what is the method, why that system.out.println we are writing within the method, but we are not writing anything in the public static void main method under it. We can write also public static void main, but this is the separate message, but we don't want to print any kind of separate message. But suppose we don't have any message to print, but I just wanted to print whatever the value is available in the method only. Okay, so everyone,
Yes,
understood?
Yes, sir.
Understood na everyone? Okay.
Yes, sir.
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
Okay. Try to have you execute the program, have you run the program, or either you run the program now, else you note down the program so you can practice it later. Otherwise, this is the difficult part. This is quite tough topic, so you will forget if you are not practicing it. Okay, so have you note down or have you execute the program, everyone? Just because I can't focus on everyone, because either it will time consuming, that means you are not doing anything. That
So I have noted down.
okay, you have noted down, try to practice it after the session or whenever you have time. Okay. Java method parameters and arguments. Information can be passed to a method as parameter act as a variables inside the method. We have told you already that we can pass some values, like the variable we are passing some values, we can pass some values as a parameter in the method. That time whenever we are assigning some values to a method, that time it will not have values, that time it is a parameter. Okay, the following example, let's see the example. Look, in the previous one, we have created a method, and with that braces we left it blank, right? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
sir.
We are left it blank, but here we can give something that is called parameter. That is called parameter. Suppose we have created a static void my method, and then we are passing a parameter which is type string. String type, that parameter will be string type, the value will be string type, and the name of the variable is fname.
Fname.
We are not passing any particular values into it. We have just assigned a variable, string variable, and we have give a name, that is the variable name, as fname. And then we are writing system.out.println, then the name of that variable plus, that means this is the concatenation symbol. And within the double quotes, what is this?
String.
That is a string. Whatever that we are passing in the double quotes, that is a string. Simple, understood up to this?
Yes.
Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, but this is the variable. We haven't declared any values till now. That we have only declared the type and the variable name. The type of the variable is string.
String.
The what type of values we want to store, that is the string type. For that, when we want to store string type values, for that we need to take the string variable, and always we need to give a name to that variable, that I have named it as fname, and we are simply printing fname plus references. So it will print the fname, the values plus reference, the values plus reference. And in the again I am creating that public static void main string args, that's the main method. And we are calling the method by my method, and here we have only declared the variable and the variable name, but we haven't declared the values. But when we are calling the method my method, we are basically, what I am doing, I am just calling the method my method, I am just calling my method. And just because we haven't give any value, we have give the type of value and we have give the name of the variable, but we haven't give the values for. But here we are mentioning what value I want to store. First, one time I have called my method Liam, then again I am calling the method, then I am giving a values, another values, again I am calling the method, again I am giving a another values. So 3 values we have give against one method. 3 values we have give against one method. And when I will execute the program, it will print the value of that method. And the value I have given here plus reference. Okay, understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Everyone understood?
স্যার একটা বেশি ভ্যালু
Yes, sir.
হ্যাঁ বলো।
বুঝতে পেরেছি।
বলছি একটার থেকে বেশি দিতে গেলে কি হবে?
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ,
একটা থেকে বেশি ভ্যালু যদি আমি দিতে চাই তখন কি হবে? যদি আমি এল নেমও আর একটা লাস্ট নেমও দিতে চাই তখন কি করতে হবে?
দিতেই পারো, তুমি আরেকটা মেথড ক্রিয়েট করে নাও, দিতেই পারো। আমরা দেখবো নেক্সট আমরা দেখছি না দেখছি। ওকে, এটা এই প্রোগ্রামটা বুঝতে পেরে গেছো সবাই নোট ডাউন করে নিয়েছো প্রোগ্রামটা? এভরিওয়ান হ্যাভ নোট ডাউন দ্য প্রোগ্রাম?
Yes, sir.
ওকে।
Yes, sir.
We want to give a F name and a
2000
L name, right?
2022 তোরা pass out
We want to take the F name and the L name. Okay,
হ্যাঁ স্যার
but instead of L name, we are taking the age.
ওকে
Multiple values we can give. Public class main, public void my method, that if name, that the variable type of variable is string, and that this is the variable name. Another variable I am taking is int, and the name of that variable, because age is basically integer type. So we are writing again same thing, that system.out.println f name plus is, that is the string, plus the concatenation sign, then again that we are calling the variable age, and and the public static void main, we are calling the method, and by calling, when we are calling the method, we are assigning the values of f name and the assigning the value of age. Understood?
হ্যাঁ স্যার
What will be the output of the first, when in the that in Liam? What will be the output?
লিয়াম 5
Eh?
Liam 5.
No,
লিয়াম 5
no.
Minimum is 5.
Yeah,
Sorry, sir, Liam is 5.
Liam
Yes.
is 5. That will be the output, because we have concatenated with the
Concatenate.
string.
Yes.
We are created a method, we have take a variable, we have give the name variable name of a variable, name of that variable that we have take. Again we are taking a variable, we have named it as age, and system.out.println f name plus is plus age, and we are assigning a value when we are calling the method. Understood? Everyone understood?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
আচ্ছা
If yeah, bolo bolo.
বুঝতে পেরেছি
Yeah, everyone is getting na. Okay. Look, if anyone is not getting the thing, please tell me, I will explain it again. Don't be quiet, don't be hesitate to tell that you are not getting the thing, because those topics are the quite difficult topic to get. Everyone cannot understand in the single time, at the single time. It can take some time.
স্যার প্রোগ্রামটা একটু ব্যাক যান একটু কপি করুন
হ্যাঁ
ঠিক আছে
this is the another way we can, this is basically the return keyword. Here we are using a return keyword. Like the previous program, we are not using any return keyword. Hello everyone, am I audible? Hello.
Yes.
Okay, okay. Like in the previous topic, we are not using the return keyword. The void keyword, we are using the void keyword, like see static void my method. Void will not return anything, but the void keyword is used in the example above, indicates that the method should not return a value. If you want the method to return a value, you can use a primitive data type such as int, char, etc. Instead of void, use the return keyword inside the method. Okay, let's see the program. We have created a class, and previously when we are creating a method, how we are creating static void my method, right? And we are taking a variable int and naming a variable x, but that time we are not using the void keyword. Instead of the void keyword, you can use, like in that you can use that primitive data types, which is int, char, float, double, boolean, right? Those are the primitive data types. And remember na, there are 8 kind of
Yes, sir.
primitive data types is available in the Java. For that, the Java is not 100% object oriented. This is a very important topic. This is a very important question. Interviewer can ask you, is Java is 100% object oriented? No. Why it is not 100% object oriented? Then you need to say that there is a primitive data type that is not an object, that is a data type, and that is a primitive data type. So we can use, instead of the void we are using, because it will not return anything. It will not return anything until we are not returning anything. So for instead of void, we will use int, char, or that the others primitive data type. So static int my method, like the same, we are creating a method, instead of void we are using int, because we want to store integer type data into that method. For that we are using int. If we want to use character type data or the character type parameters into the method, in that time we need to use the
Char.
char, like the others. So how to use that return keyword? Previously, after creating a method and after giving the parameters, within the block of that method we are printing something, that is the system.out.println and the message, right? But here we are not printing any message. We have created the method, we have give the parameter type and the parameter name, and within the block we are returning 5 plus x. Still we haven't give the values of x. We are just returning, we are telling that return 5 plus whatever the value of x plus 5. Still I haven't assigned any values to that parameter. We have just assigned the parameters data type and the variable and the variable name we have declared in the parameter, but we haven't declared the values to that variable. So we are return by using return keyword, we are returning 5 plus the value of x, and the method, we have closed the method. And that is the main method, that is the syntextual method, and we are printing within that. Previously we are not printing in the main method, we are just simply calling the method name, but here we are printing something. And what we are printing? System.out.println, and like within the system.out.println, suppose we in the previous program, in the previous session, we have learned that we have created a variable and we have assigned some values to the variable, and I want to print the value of that variable. In that time, what we are doing? System.out.println, without giving the any message, we are just simply calling the variable name by the variable name. For for getting the values of that particular variable, we are calling the variable name, right? Remember everyone? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Remember, we
Yes, sir.
have created a variable. Suppose we have created int I equals to 5. and we want to print the value of I, which is 5. For that time, what we are doing, system.out.println, then the variable name, that is I, because we want to take the we want the value of I. When we want to value of I, that time you need to call that name, that is I, you need to call.
Yes.
Like here in the system.out.println, within the main method, we are calling the method we are calling the method by its name, and the name is my method. My method. And in the method, we have declared the variable type and the variable name, but we haven't declared the value.
Yes.
Here we are declaring the value. So system.out.println print the my method, then the whatever the value is, we are giving the value of my method here 3.
Yes.
So it will return the my method, and the value is 3. So it will directly, whenever it is watching that system.out.println my method and 3, it will directly go to that method, and it will return that void we have assigned a task to that method, return 5 plus x. That means I have already told that method to return the value is the return 5 plus the value of x. So whenever we are calling the method name by the calling the method, and we are giving the value of that method, this is the value of that method, and this is the task of that method. Understood? This is the value. Look, this is not the the task term, that this is not the right to tell you, but I am just telling you so you can understand properly. Okay, this is not the task, but still I am telling that this is a task so you can understand, because previously I have told you an example, like you have there is 4 people is available, A, B, C, D, and you have assigned some task to them. When you are calling them by their name, they will do the task. Like, so I am just telling you that is a task, return, that is the task, and this is the value. This is not the value, this is the variable and variable name, and the value of that method is 3. And also I want to return the 5 plus x, the value. So I want to return 5 plus the value of that method.
Yes.
Okay, so whenever it is showing that that system.out.println my method and 3, it is basically go to that method, and what is available, okay, my method and 3, my method and the integer x is 3. Okay, then it will enter the block of that method, then it will see that there is a return, there is saying to return something, and what to return, that they are saying to return 5 plus the value of that method, that is the value of x, is that I have assigned 3. So whenever you are executing the program, the output will be
8.
Understood?
Yes, sir.
That is the return keyword. Most of the people is became confused on that return keyword. In fact, in the beginning, in the very first, when I am learning the Java, I was also became confused on the return and the void. Everyone is clear now. What is the void and what is the return?
Yes, sir.
Or anyone?
Yes, sir.
If anyone have any problem, please tell me. Okay. Because
হ্যালো স্যার,
হ্যাঁ, yes.
স্যার বলছি মাই মেথড 3 যেটা আমরা system.out.println এ লিখছি,
হ্যাঁ,
এই 3টা আমরা ওখানে দিলাম কেন স্যার? এটা মানে আলাদা করে ইন্টিজার x ইকুয়ালস টু 3 লিখে করলাম না কেন?
আমরা কেন করলাম না, কারণ সাপোজ আমরা যদি এখানে আর ভ্যালুটা অ্যাসাইন করে দিই, তাহলে আমরা এখানে ভ্যালুটা অ্যাসাইন করতে লাগবে না, কিন্তু
হ্যাঁ
ওটাকে
মানে
আমরা কারণ আমরা ইন দ্য প্রিভিয়াস প্রোগ্রাম আমরা কি করেছি, এটা দেখো, আমরা এখানে ভেরিয়েবল নেম আর এখানে আমরা ভেরিয়েবল টাইপ আর নেমটা অ্যাসাইন করে আমরা এখানে বারবার ভ্যালুটাকে চেঞ্জ করেছি। দেখো,
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা
অ্যাজ পার আওয়ার রিকোয়ারমেন্ট আমরা বারবার যতবার কল করব, যতবার, আদারওয়াইজ আমি যদি অলরেডি ওখানে ভ্যালু অ্যাসাইন করে দিই, প্যারামিটারসটা যদি অলরেডি অ্যাসাইন করে দিই, দ্যাট স্ট্রিং এফ নেম ইকুয়ালস টু জেনি, দেন যতবার তুমি মেথডটাকে কল করবে, দ্যাট টাইম ওই পার্টিকুলার ভ্যালুটাকেই তুমি প্রিন্ট করবে। ওকে,
বুঝতে পেরেছি।
কিন্তু যখন তুমি ওখানে ভেরিয়েবল টাইপ অফ দ্য ভেরিয়েবল এন্ড ভেরিয়েবল নেমটা শুধু অ্যাসাইন করে দিচ্ছ, আর তুমি যখন মেথডটা কল করার সময় ভ্যালুটা দিচ্ছ, দ্যাট টাইম তুমি যতবার মেথডটা কল করবে, আর যতবার তো ওই মেথডটা কল করার সঙ্গে সঙ্গে তুমি যতবার ভ্যালুটা চেঞ্জ করবে, ততবার ওই মেথডটার ভ্যালুটা ততবার চেঞ্জ হবে। তুমি যদি 100 টাইমস যদি মেথডটাকে কল করো আর 100 টাইমস যদি তুমি মেথডের ভ্যালুটা চেঞ্জ করে দাও, that time the value of that method 100 times will be changed and it will print the 100 values. Just a minute, just a minute. Understand, it will change the value to 100 times if you are calling it the method 100 times and you are assigning the new value 100 times. That means it will print the method 100 times with the value.
Sir, got it.
And everyone is clear na, return and the void part. Return and void part we are getting na.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Wait. This is the sum of two parameters. Like previously we are taking only one, like we are returning 5 plus x, like here we are returning x plus y. We have created a main class, we have created a method, we have created a method integer x and integer y. We have declared two integer variable as x and y, and we are returning what to return, returning the x plus y. In the public static void main, within the main method we are printing what, system.out.println, we are calling the my method and we are giving the value, and when it is getting the value, we are when it is seeing that my method and the values, it is going to that method, and what it will check whatever is available, what is in the method, what is in the my method, and it will get my method. There is two variable is available, that the value is I have given, and then it is returning what is it, is it returning in anything? Yes, it is returning, and it is returning something. And what is it returning? It is returning x plus y. Is there, that means the value of that method, it is returning the value of the method by doing the sum. Understood? This is a easy program. Understood or?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
In the previous program, we have just assigned a value. We can use the condition also. We can use the condition in a method. Public class main, that we have created a class. Then we have created a method static void check age. And we are passing a parameter type and the name. Integer type parameter and name of the parameter is age. We haven't given any value, and within that block of that method we are writing if, we are using the if else. If age less than 18, system.out.println access denied, you are not old enough. And like if you are if you have learned the we have learned the if else statement, just simple that if else statement we are writing into that particular method. That means we are checking the values by using if else. That is the if block. Within we are first of all we are writing if, and then we are giving the condition that age is less than 18. Each age is less than 18. Then within the if block, if his age is less than 18, system.out.println print access denied, you are not old enough. And we are giving another part, else part, else if age is greater than age is less than 18, then print this. If else system.out.println access granted, you are old enough. If the condition is became false, age less than 18, then it will print the if part. If the condition is condition is became false, true, that age is less than 18, then it will print that if part, and if the condition is became false, then it will print the else part. That we are just giving that if else, using the if else statement within that method, within the method block. Then we are simply writing public class, public static void main string args check age. We are check age. What is the check age? Check age is the name of that method, and the parameter we are giving check age 20. And when it is watching that within the main method, it is seeing that check age method and the values of value is 20, it will directly go to that method. It will directly go to the method and it will check there is a if else statement into that method. And what is the method? If age is less than 18, then print that access denied, you are not old enough. Else if age is not less than 18, then print the else part, access granted, you are old enough. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Note it down. Note it na, everyone, note it na. Whenever you have all of you note
That
it
makes
down.
sense.
Okay, okay. Just let me know when you have completed. Okay.
হ্যালো স্যার।
Yes, yes.
স্যার পাবলিক স্ট্যাটিক ভয়েড মেন দিয়ে তারপরে আমরা আবার চেক এজ 20 দিচ্ছি কেন?
Because value of method is 20.
We are calling.
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা।
Just previously when we are declaring that method, we have created the method. আমরা কি এই ভ্যালু এই মেথডের মধ্যে আমরা ভ্যালু দিয়েছি? প্যারামিটার আমরা দিয়েছি, প্যারামিটার টাইপ দিয়েছি, প্যারামিটার নেম দিয়েছি, কিন্তু আমরা কি প্যারামিটার ভ্যালুটা দিয়েছি? ভ্যালুটা দিইনি।
আমরা
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, সেই জন্য এইখানে আমরা ভ্যালুটা আমরা অ্যাসাইন করে দিলাম। হ্যাঁ, সবার নোট ডাউন করা হয়ে গেছে?
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
ওকে। জাভা মেথড ওভারলোডিং। ওকে। জাভা মেথড ওভারলোডিং। ওকে। What is Java method overloading? With method overloading, multiple method can have the same name with different parameters. আমরা previously যেটা দেখেছি, আমরা মেথড তৈরি করছি, we are creating a method. We are not using the void, we are using the int. But name of the method, we have created 3 methods. One is integer type, one is float type, one is double type. But name of the method is same. Okay, name of the method is same, but type of that variable is different. Type of the parameters is different. Number of parameter is different. If you are creating the method, if you are creating 10 methods with the same name, so how it will identify which method you are calling? When you are calling, after creating 10 methods with the same name, when you are calling the method, how program will understand which number of method or which one you are calling, because every method have the same name. If every method have the same name, then how the program will understand that which method you are calling, because all the method have the same name. That time the method name can be name will be the same, but the type of the method, the parameter type of that method, it will have to be different. The method name can be same, but the type of that method and the parameter type of that method have to be different, and the number of parameter you are passing have to be different. If either the type of the parameter will be different, either or the number of parameters that you are assigning to the method have to be different. Suppose you have assigned a 10 method with the same name, and you have assigned the parameter with the same type, that time it will not get it. If you can create the 10 or 100 or 1000 method with the same name, but the number of parameter or the type of the parameter have to be different,
different.
then it will understand that which method you are calling. So let's see the example. Static int, we are creating a method static int plus method int x and int y, the parameter, and we are returning x plus y. Again I am creating a method static double. They look the type of that parameters, first one is the int and the second
Int,
one is
second
the double,
but
and
method
the
name is same.
plus int double name same, and we instead of double we can use int also, and the parameter type also different. Here the parameter type is int, here the parameter type is double x double y, and returning x plus y. And within the main method we are just giving the initialization. And what we are doing, we are creating a variable. This is not the method. Look, this is not the method. Int mynum1, is this a method? How can you identify that this is a method or a variable? Anyone tell me, how can you
The
understand
Cross
that?
brackets
Here is
are
no bracket, open
Yes.
and close bracket.
Yes, that is, here is not the braces is not here. That means this is not a variable. This is not a method.
Method.
This is a variable. So we are creating an integer type variable by naming mynum1, when we are storing the method values into it, and equals to mynum equals to, we are calling the method plus method int, and we haven't assigned the values. Here we are assigning the values 8 and 5, like that double my num2 we are creating a variable and we are assigning the values that my method plus method double and we are assigning the values and simply we are printing system.out.println that string plus the variable name. That string, this is a string plus the concatenation with we are concatenating with the string and with the name of the variable. When we are calling the variable name, it will return the value of plus method in because we have assigned the method to that variable. We have assigned that data, that method to that variable by that int my num1 equals to plus method int. We have assigned the method to that variable. So that is why when we are calling that variable name, it will accept the value of plus method int, and when we are calling the my num2, it will return the value of plus method double and values. Understood?
Yes.
Everyone understood, na?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. Look, here it will become more clear because the name of that method was little bit different here, right? Na, it little bit different here, like the method name plus method in plus method double. But in this example, both the method name is same. Static int plus method, and here is also static double plus method. Look, the method name is same, the type of that method is different, the parameter type of that method also different, only the name is same, only the name is same. So we have created a method and we are returning the value of x and y. Again, like that we are returning, we have created the double method and we are returning the x plus y, the value of that method. And it in the main method we are assigning the method to that my num1, and again we are assigning the values of we are assigning the method to that my num2, and we are simply printing system.out.println with that string. We are printing, we are calling the variable name. So by calling that variable name, it will return the value of that method because we have assigned the method to that variable. Understood that program? Note it down. Uh, Let me know when you have all you have noted down. Okay. Everyone done? Hello.
Yes, sir, done, sir.
হ্যাঁ স্যার, হ্যাঁ স্যার।
স্যার স্যার
হ্যাঁ।
কোশ্চেন স্যার এই ইন্ট আর ডাবলের সিস্টেম আউটডোর প্রিন্ট ইন ডাবল এর পরে দুখানা ইয়ে কেন, পয়েন্ট কেন?
কোনটা?
মানে যখন প্রিন্ট করছি
হ্যাঁ,
সিস্টেম আউটডোর প্রিন্ট, তারপরে ইন্ট লিখছি, ইন্টের পরে দুখানা ইয়ে কেন?
এইটা
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ।
আমি কি বলেছি, উইথিন দ্য ডাবল কোর্স, দেখো ওটা উইথিন দ্য ডাবল কোর্স আছে।
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
উইথিন দ্য ডাবল কোর্স তুমি যা কিছু দাও, হোয়াট এভার ইউ গিভ, হোয়াট এভার ইউ ওয়ান্ট টু গিভ, ইউ ক্যান গিভ
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা
whatever you
মানে
are
ওটা
giving, it
ওটা
will
প্রিন্ট
accept
হবে।
as a string. Okay.
আচ্ছা না আমি ভাবলাম ওটা অন্য কোনো
Nah, it
purpose
will,
আছে।
it don't have anything other meaning, but whatever you are giving within the double quotes, it will accept as a string. Okay, so that method part is finished. So next part is Java recursion. So method, till this is the last topic for today. So we will see the Java recursion in the next session. And the first topic will be in the next session. The first topic will be the multi-dimensional array and the nested for loop. Okay, so everyone understand? Any problem, anything? Hello?
No, sir.
Okay, so we are
There will first practice, and if there will be any doubt, we'll come back to you.
everyone practice that. All the code today we have learned. In the next session, one by one, everyone share your, you have to share your screen and show me all the code that you have practiced.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Okay, sir. Okay.
I want to see that everyone is practicing or not. Otherwise আমি মানে পড়িয়ে যাব আর তোমরা প্র্যাকটিস করবে না, জিনিসগুলো ভুলে যাবে। ঠিক আছে, সো আমরা এখানে শেষ করছি আজকে। দিস ইজ দ্য, সো উই আর এন্ডিং দ্য সেশন টুডে। সো লেট মি স্টপ শেয়ারিং and stop recording.
So what about the attendance?
Attendance, Sunit sir haven't sent the attendance sheet, right? So let me call Sunit sir so he can send you the, okay, let me call. Sir,